Welcome everybody back to Kingfish Racing. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what you need to get bass shakers or transducers on your sim racing rig. And right here in front of me is everything that I personally use for my racing rig when I use transducers or bass shakers. So I'm going to go over each single item that I have that works with it. And I know a lot of people run butt kicker, but prove me wrong as to why my Dayton Audio system is not better than any butt kicker system that's out there. First off, you need some speaker cable. Next thing you need is an RCA cable. Now this is going to hook up to the amplifier. On the other end of your RCA cable, you're going to need a 3.5 millimeter jack. The next thing, now not everybody will need this, but this is really important for me. And technically I don't need it, but it makes life a lot easier for me. This is just a USB sound card. This is the Dayton Audio transducer. I believe these are about $50 a piece. This thing is heavy. It's massive. It works wonders. I use this in my home audio system. I have a theater room, and my goodness, does this thing shake. Now, when I'm sim racing, I kind of take everything down and I tone it down a lot, but you could put 4 of these on your sim rig, and you could set it up per tire. So if you want to talk about placement of where I actually place one of these Dayton Audio transducers, I put one on the back of my seat, and I actually have one on the bottom of my seat. I'm going to change where I put these transducers. I'm going to start putting 4 on my rig, and I'm going to have one for each wheel. On to the next thing is an amplifier. Now, you can't just use any home audio amplifier. It just won't work. You need something that does like low frequencies, like a subwoofer plate or the subwoofer amplifier that I showed in my first video, which I'll leave a link if you want to get something more powerful than this. This is the Dayton Audio SA100, and it has everything you need to run bass shakers. So I just wanted to bring you a little closer as to what you have here with the SA100, right? So you have your frequency, your gain, you have your from the amplifier to the speakers, and you have your low level frequencies here, auto on and off, and then you have your fuse down here. On the back here, you just have your speaker wire. This is what's going to hook up to your transducer. A closer look at the transducer here. Funky design. It's not going to hurt you. A closer look at the sound card. Now that we have everything that we need for our system, let me show you what you need to do to hook it up. All right, so now that you've bought everything, what software do you need to set this up? Well, you need SimLabs. It's an easy program. Download it. It's very easy to set up. Once you have it, you just select the sound card, which is going to be the USB sound card, and you can set up the shakers, and then you can set up the levels of what you want to shake and what you don't want to shake. You technically don't want everything shaking, because if you have everything shaking, kind of like numbs it out and it defeats the purpose. So you could select tires, you could select, you know, if you skid out, if you hit the wall, stuff like that. And then you can set up how high and low you want the frequency. Let's talk about how we're going to set this up. I'm going to show you a wire diagram that I'm going to post on here right now. So take a look at this wire diagram. All right, now that wire diagram is for a home audio system, but we're going to hook this up to a sim racing rig. I don't have my computer here, so we're going to pretend it's plugged into the computer. We're going to take our USB audio card, and we're going to plug this right into the computer. Next, I'm going to take my RCA cables. I'm going to take my 3.5 millimeter jack, and I'm going to plug it into the green, which is audio. Next, I'm going to take my RCA cables, and I'm going to plug it into the amplifier. So I plug this into the amplifier. Note there is a left and a right. Technically, you only need one because you're only producing bass. All right? So now that you have this USB plugged into the computer, let's pretend that's plugged into the computer. Don't forget your power cable. So you got to plug that into the outlet. So now you have these red and black wires in the back of your subwoofer amplifier plate, right? So you want to take your speaker cable, which hopefully you have a black and a red. All right, you can take the black banana plug and you can plug it right in here. Now, some people splice it. I normally splice it. But for this video, since I just got this amplifier plate, I'm just going to put it in like so. We're going to pretend like I spliced it. And you're going to plug it into the black of the bass shaker. And you're going to take your red and plug it into the red of the bass shaker. All right? So now you have everything is wired. All right, you have the USB going to the computer. You have your amplifier has the RCAs in. The 3.5 millimeter is going to the USB. And then you have your bass shaker that's hooked up to the wires that are coming out of the bass plate. Now all you need to do is set up SimLabs And once you open up SimLabs, you select the game that you're going to play. Let's say you're going to do iRacing like I do. Select iRacing and set up the transducers like I had told you to earlier on SimLabs. Play iRacing on the SimLab application. And there she goes. In a nutshell, this is how you set up a bass shaking system for your racing rig. I'll put a link in the description of everything I have here, and it is an affiliated link, so I do make a little kickback from it, and it'll help me buy more items to review or show on this channel. I would like to thank you for joining me today on the Kingfish Racing channel. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I get back to all my comments, and I will answer any questions that you have on setting up this system. If you want to see SimLabs, there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube already showing how SimLabs work. I'll be more than happy to do a quick tutorial on how to do SimLabs. Once again, thanks for watching. This is the Dane Audio bass shaking system for your sim racing rig. I will catch you on the next one.